Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the Sunday services at Center for Spiritual Living, Denver. We are a loving and prospering community in the heart of Denver and online.
Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Denver. We are so grateful you decided to join us today. Whether you are with us in person or watching online, we want you to know you are welcome here. We are so very grateful you have chosen to spend time with us. We are a place, a space, and a face of love. We are a spiritual community teaching ancient wisdom and new thought principles that empower our lives and the lives of others. We invite you to join us every Sunday at the historic Grant Avenue Community Center and Sacred Place at 216 South Grant Street in Denver, Colorado, and online on our YouTube channel at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. This is a place where all people, in all our diversity, on all our different paths, and with all our individual and unique expressions of life, may come together to celebrate our inherent oneness as perfect manifestations of the one Spirit through the use of science of mind principles. We recognize that our thoughts create our journey, and by affirming love, faith, compassion, and joy, we attract beauty, peace, and purpose into our lives. We give thanks for our uniqueness and our diversity of life, while we celebrate the one life that is all life, God's life. We come together each Sunday to hear inspiring messages by our minister, Reverend Elzia Sekou, and our various guest speakers, as well as share in fellowship and collective conversations. Plus, we trust you will be inspired by our special guest musicians. And now, here is our opening song, The Garden by Eddie Watkins, Jr.
There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden where God's grace blooms. There is a garden where everything grows, a beautiful garden where love is sown. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden, that garden is you. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden, that garden is you. Such a beautiful garden, that garden is you.
Okay. Well, okay, no one can see us. Oh, now they can. So, welcome everyone. I'm Practitioner Giselle, and thanks for coming and thanks for watching online and later in the week. And so let's take a moment just to take a deep breath, let go of everything that it took to get here, let go of the events of last night, all that snow here in Denver, and which we probably don't need to mention because the rest of the country is all in snow. So let's take a deep breath and feel that gratitude, the gratitude for all of our community, everyone in our community, for everyone who's put together this lovely meeting this morning. For our visitor, Reverend Chris, he always puts together a great talk, so we're happy that he's here. And for John and Diego and absolutely everyone, let's just take another deep breath and feel the gratitude, feel the love. I know our talk today is about transformation, and any transformation begins inside, and it's with love and gratitude. And that's it. So let's take another deep breath, feel the smile on your face for everybody in our community, and relax. So before the reading, I wanted to say I have a friend who's the sweetest, prayingest guy I know. And he's been driving everybody nuts on Facebook, pointing out the moral shortcomings of various politicians and activists and relatives and this and that. And then all of a sudden one day last week, he went absolutely silent. And I was talking to him on the phone, and he said his husband actually told him, "Stop it, please don't anymore." And he said he felt himself becoming bitter and feeling lousy and sad, and decided that he would use his time. Actually, he used this word, to transform his thoughts. He's also with Centers for Spiritual Living, so that's probably not that big of a surprise. So anyway, I shared today's reading with him because it's about holding your God consciousness as you grow and expand, and holding on to that when you feel like everything is so overwhelming. So it's from A Daily Dose of Sanity by Alan Cohen, and it's an essay called Ariadne's Thread. In Greek mythology, the king of Crete sent Theseus through the labyrinth to kill or be killed by the dreaded monster Minotaur. The king's daughter, Ariadne, loved Theseus, and to ensure his safety, gave him a thread which he let unwind as he went into the labyrinth. And after he slew the Minotaur, he traced the thread out of the labyrinth to safety. So Ariadne's thread is a metaphor for our connection to the higher power. We have all left our spiritual home to wander in a labyrinthine world rife with man-eating monsters. The Minotaur represents anything in the inner or outer world that might devour us. That could be anything from a distressing relationship, a bad economy, disease, unkind politicians, and on and on and on. If we're disconnected from our higher power, we are vulnerable indeed. Easy lunch for every beast that lurks in the darkness. Yet at any moment, we can take hold of that rope that will guide us back to well-being. Aligning with the Great Spirit brings us solace, freedom from pain, and escape from those seeming predators on the other side of the door. When we remember that the power of our source sustains us, we can conquer anything. When we lose hold of that thread, we're toast. In truth, you can never really lose Ariadne's thread because it is within you and it is who you really are. Yet you can lose your awareness of it, and in that moment, all things seem bleak or lost. But it's not. With even a slight shift of attention, you open your conduit to the divine. That is why it's important to have a regular or daily spiritual practice that connects you to the higher power. Prayer, meditation, yoga, music, journaling, dance, nature, group meetings dedicated to spiritual growth are all forms of Ariadne's thread in your life. No Minotaur is more powerful than you, because that higher power loves you very much and has given you a route back home. Whenever you need it, take hold of Ariadne's thread and follow it to your safe haven. So we have a couple quotes here. First is Mary Baker Eddy reminds us that divine love always has met and always will meet every human need. And then a tenant from Alcoholics Anonymous says, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. And now our fab musical guest, Susan Clark, is going to perform her song, The Painter.
Hello, CSL Denver. Susan Clark with you to provide some music for your service. So this must be my month for friends and family. When it comes to choosing songs, I'm going to do a song that was written by one of my best friends, Katie Gill. Katie was one of the first people I met when I moved to New Mexico way back in 1988. And we have remained friends, even though she lives in the Seattle area now. We do stay in touch. So I have to do a small disclaimer before I get started, just in case Katie ever watches this video. Katie, I could not replicate your beautiful finger picking on guitar, so what you're about to hear is the Susan Clark piano version of the Katie Gill song, The Painter. Do your hands convey reality when they brush the paint across the empty plane? Shuddering in solitude, creation is a solitary game. gratitude and giving, the rise and fall of possible hope. The rise and fall of
Wonderful. Thank you, Susan. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's so good to be back here. I really cherish these opportunities because they give me the chance to really go within again, re-clarify for myself, and try to bring myself some comfort and some inspiration, and hopefully some of that spills over onto you as well. Today, I'm calling out to the dreamers and the vision casters. This is the week where we're asking, what if, what can the world look like? And we're going to be looking at it from within our head. Are we paying attention to what we're painting inside of our head? So I think, it's kind of overwhelming. I've been overwhelmed lately looking at this world. There's a lot happening. I'm overwhelmed, and I'm also very encouraged. We've been talking for decades about this shift in human consciousness that we're working for. We are moving at a point where we're remembering that we are spiritual beings having this human experience, and we're really starting to recognize where the old systems, the systems that have gotten us this far, are now, we're seeing the chinks in the armor, we're seeing the flaws, we're seeing how not everybody is represented. We are in the revelation kind of times, not like necessarily what the doom and gloom of the Bible, but of the inspiration of our spiritual evolution. When we start doing our work on our individual levels, in order to make the gains, the things inside of us that don't align, don't resonate with something bigger than ourselves, they have to be exposed. And actually just more of a recognition, because these are things that we can't cast out from ourselves. They're only things that we can integrate, because each and every one of us is a complete representation of spirit. We're just different versions and aspects of it. So what I want to talk today about is, all the stuff's going on out in the world, and we have people that are standing up, coming together in their own different, unique ways. We all have our own things to do. But where I think Centers for Spiritual Living, where I think of metaphysical seekers, we have one other thing that is, we are so ripe and ready for this. And I know it's been happening, but this idea of asking what if, when all of this gets replaced, when we start seeing the old systems crumble away, we have to be building the new stuff in place, and everything begins up here. And so I want you to consider, what does a world that works for everyone look like? Think about it in your head. What would be different than what is happening now? So that's where we're at. I'm going to share a quote from Robert Louis Stevenson, and he said, "Don't judge each day by the harvest that you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." So we have our actions to take, but the dreamers, the vision casters, we have the added responsibility, the added pleasure of casting that vision within our minds, of going within and asking, what does that look like? And when we ask that question, when we ask it of our higher selves or God or spirit or the universe, wherever you think that inspiration comes from, I call it most frequently probably just consciousness. It is what we are. But when we ask it, what does this future look like? And genuinely sit and wait for that response, the ideas come to us. The ideas that we can grab onto. I tell this story a lot. I'm not going to tell the whole thing, but it was going back to March of 2020. And I had the idea in my head and I resonated with it that we've been talking about the shift in consciousness where we reach a critical mass and we decide collectively that no more are we going to let people suffer while we have the resources to take care of people. We had that realization that that's what we've been working towards. But I realized so many times when I talk to people about this, and I noticed that I was doing it too, people say, yes, there's a shift in consciousness and a spiritual revolution and evolution, but we won't see it in my life, in my lifetime. And I realized, I think, is that true? Have I been holding on to that? It is done to us as we believe. And so as soon as I had that realization, wait a minute, yeah, I'm holding up that it can't be in my lifetime, but I realized it has to be, because I don't want to leave this world with my kids going through the challenges of transition, which we're seeing right now, alone. And when I had that realization, everything within me shifted and asking, do I believe it? As soon as I realized that that was all up to me, that it was a decision in my head, everything shifted. I started seeing the ideas, the visions, and I had this vision that moved me. And I remember when I had this, I was driving to work, and it was still so vivid, of people standing in a circle holding hands. I saw soldiers laying down weapons and picking up baskets of food and other needs, to where we realized our resources are better used for everybody as opposed to controlling the resources for a very few. And as soon as I had that realization that it's what I believe in my head, everything shifted. And so that's what I want to continue right now, to encourage us. Does everybody here consider themselves a dreamer or vision caster? I want to say yes. If you're here for a reason, and it's that thing within us that just says, yes, there's something more. And we're moving into that. As we see that coming into fruition, as we see the things that can often scare us, when we talk about the shift in consciousness, that in order for it to happen, the old ways have to die down. They have to stop their hold. But it's, talked about in spiritual circles, it's less about tearing down the old than it is just building the new, and the old will just go its way. But we also talked about, we knew it wouldn't happen easily. That critical mass idea, more and more people planting that seed of what this can look like, is what is going to be creating the canister for us. We will find the inspiration. We'll see the people speaking up, and we see the fallout from the people that benefited from the old ways. We're going to continue to see that. But the vision casters, the dreamers, we are the ones that have to plant that seed. Now, when I said earlier that it's about that responsibility of doing this inner work, but it's also the pleasure of doing the inner work. Because if you're anything like me, it's sometimes pretty easy to get overwhelmed, to see what's going on in the world and to feel a little despondent and feel like, what's going to happen? There's people that are suffering. I mean, some people that are being killed right now, some people that are being unfairly incarcerated, all kinds of things that are happening that are atrocities. And if I see that, I can get overwhelmed, and then it affects my inner world. It affects my physiological world. But when I remember to do this, to do the work, to go within, something shifts. Just by asking what if, and picturing that in my head and allowing it to blossom. It dissipates a little bit of that tension, which then allows me to feel better and show up differently in the world with love and compassion rather than fear and control and anger. Creating this new world of being is an acceptance of everybody as they are, because we are all that complete essence of the divine, containing all the possibilities, infinite possibilities within each of us. And we're choosing, how we say that spirit is. We're choosing it with every thought and every action that we have. And so in that, when we do this work, we start to heal ourselves. I shared a quote that Alice shared on the Facebook meme, and it was from Thich Nhat Hanh, who's one of my favorite teachers. And he said, "The healing of ourselves is the healing of the whole nation. Society is only a manifestation of our collective consciousness, and our collective consciousness has a lot of fear, violence, and hatred in it. It is possible to transform our heart. Not much time is needed. The transformation can be born the moment you vow to go in the direction of peace and service." He's a wise man. I love him. So the moment you vow to go in the direction of peace and service, that's all the times that's needed. It's a switch. And I wanted to share from my past a moment. So we've had tough moments, like maybe when a significant other relationship ends, or maybe it's when a job ends unexpectedly, something where it is life changing, and it can be, in the moment, it seems very scary and in a very negative way. And in one of those times in my life, I remember being very distraught and upset, and I knew, and I was just like, somebody asked if I was okay, and I'm like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And I was, like feeling lost. I was feeling hurt, betrayed, all these different feelings and emotions, even though I knew that the thing that I was leaving behind, or that was leaving me behind, that wasn't going to last forever anyway, and it was something that was actually going to help me. But I remember having this feeling, I was like, I'm not okay, I'm not okay. And then after like a little bit of time and a little bit of that realization that maybe this is going to be for the better, all of a sudden I had, I'm going to be okay. And when I remembered, I love this saying, and it's that when everything is said and done, it's all okay. We're all going to be okay. And if we're not okay, it just means that not everything's all said and done yet. But in that moment, when I had that realization where it was like, okay, maybe I am okay. And then a significant other called and talking to me and asked, are you okay? I'm like, surprisingly, I'm okay and not okay all at the same time. It almost feels like there's a part of me that's okay, and then another part of me that's not okay. But it's all the same one in the whole. And that's what we have within us all the time, always. And then I realized that there's a gift in that. So as soon as I said, like Thich Nhat Hanh here, when you said that the moment you vow to go in the direction of peace and service, the moment I vowed, I'm like, right now, I'm choosing to be okay. I collapsed my reality, my internal reality, which is where everything begins. I collapsed that into that state of I'm okay. And in that, I realized that I can go right back to being not okay anytime I wish. And sometimes that's helpful. Sometimes that's beneficial. So we have that always, that choice, that power within us. And as soon as I realized that, it reminded me of everything out in the world. We are collapsing reality into what it is thousands of times every second. It is the waves crashing into particles that create our reality. But as this time of acceleration moves, as we move into this shift in consciousness, things are happening more quickly. And when I see something happening inside myself, I see the world in a different way. And when I see the world responding in a different way, I see how it instantly transforms me. I love the word of transformation that's been coming up today. And all of it, whether it affects me in a way that seems negative or a way that seems positive, it is all shifting who I am. And through that realization, every single act of love, every single thought of love, every single time that we go within and we ask ourselves, am I okay? And just ask, what do I need? What do I need to be okay? Because we've got our things to do out in the world, but I really feel that this inner work, I mean, we teach it in Science of Mind over and over. Everything begins in mind, everything in thought. But I want you to consider, as we've been looking at the world, as it's been transforming all around us, and sometimes it seems like it's in scary ways, but always, you know, like Mr. Rogers said, always look for the helpers. They're out there. But I want you to consider, and when I'm saying this to you, I'm saying to me. I want myself to consider as frequently as possible, what does this world look like? What does this new world look like? Because I genuinely, honestly believe we are on that cusp. It is manifesting. I 100% believe that this shift in consciousness has already happened in spirit, in mind, and it's just the slow manifestation. You know, it seems slow here, but when we pull back out at the end of our own time here on this planet, it's going to seem like it was really rapid. Maybe. Again, you know, I'm not a Nostradamus, so I don't know how long this is all taking, but it seems to me like we are seeing a exponential kind of speed up, I think, with AI and other things like that. Like, things are changing so rapidly. And that's why it's so important to be asking, what do I want to see in its place? What do I want to see? How does the new economy work? How does the new resource sharing amongst the planet? These are the things that we can ask ourselves and be dreaming. Now, the last part of why I think this is so important is, one, it's because it helps us feel better inside when we feel and know that we are contributing something. But I want to encourage us to believe in a little bit of magic, that spirit is moving us, the ideas that we have, the impulses to want to see a better way, moving from a me reality to a we reality. When we start making that shift, that little bit of magic that comes in, and as I tap into it, as I welcome it and invite it in my mind, I start to see it more. And so whether it's true or not, the spirit is doing this through us, I know that I benefit by believing it is so. And if I benefit from it, and if it shifts my overall vibration, it shifts how I show up in the world, and it shifts how I feel, all of that's worth it. So people can argue with me, say spirit is, you know, not changing because of what I think, or the world's not, you know, being affected by our thoughts and our visions. I'm not going to argue. I don't need to argue, because right here, it is shifting my world. My reality begins in my mind. And so if it benefits me, if I feel a little better because of what I believe and what I feel, I'm going to do it. And so I was not sure if I was going to share this little, basically it's like I think it was tweets, but when I came across it, I was in a state where I was meditative state. I was feeling the blossoming of the world. I was feeling the love of spirit going up, and being reminded of that, what, you know, Wayne Dyer called real magic. It's just the way the universe works. It's not magic. But if I can choose to believe in it. So when I saw this, it moved me, because I was in that state that was ready for it. So this is a woman talking, and she said, I was infertile. I had our first baby via IVF and was 7 months pregnant with him. Had a dream where my dead mother was in a delivery with me, and I had a girl. She said, here, Sadie, the most beautiful girl in the world. And I was upset because I knew I wasn't going to have a daughter. We likely were going to be a one-kid family due to the infertility costs. 1 year after the son was born, she found herself surprise pregnant. She called her aunt to tell her. And the aunt said, weird you are calling. I had a dream last night that your mom had a baby. Your dad and your grandpa were there. All three of those people were deceased already. And it was a girl. but it wasn't you or your sister. And they said, time for the most beautiful girl to go to Earth to the baby. And I said, Dana, I'm pregnant. And she hung up on me because she thought I was lying. I'd been infertile for 4 years, and my son was the only embryo we ever got. And yes, it was a girl, it was Sadie, and she's 4.5 years now. There's magic. There's little things. And if I allow myself to believe and not worry what other people think about it, like this is all, I say it's all for me. It's personal, it's within, and it helps me get through this world. It also helps me find inspiration to take action where I can, but it all starts in here, and that's all that matters. And so through that, we cast our vision, and we cast it to where we will see it in fruition. We will see those blessings of the infinite, of the abundance of the universe that wants us to make this leap into a new way of being that really creates the world that works for everyone. So my call to action this week, if you're up for it, if you feel called and inspired to do it, it's just 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes a day, doing something different. For me, it's going to be mandatory, making sure that part of my meditation time includes 5 minutes of what if. What does this world look like? And just let my imagination run wild, because that's the divine through me. So with that, that's your call to action. With that, though, I'm going to go ahead and take it into prayer if you'd like to join me, and however you feel connected to that bigger part of us, that oneness that we are. Maybe it's our collective consciousness. Maybe it's spirit. Just recognizing that there is only one universe, a universe filled with many multiverses, perhaps, beyond anything we can imagine. But when we pull back, there's only one, and each and every individualized expression of it is all part of that one mind, one body, one soul, all shared in expression and experience and expansion. And here in this physical world, where we are having this human experience of duality, this human experience of choice, of free will, of choosing what our future looks like, that spirit is there. The ideas, the inspirations we have is spirit working through us, the infinite consciousness, which knows that love with a capital L is the driving force. And when we choose to tap into that, when we choose to imagine it in our head, in our imagination, our mind's eye, it expands. When we reflect on it, when we ask, how can we see more cooperation, love, compassion, kindness in this world, that it opens up something in our very cells, that we respond to the world differently, that we show up in the world in ways that gives people that sense of safety and connection as well, so that everyone takes action in their ways, takes inaction in the ways that serve as well, that everyone, we are creating a world of greater love, compassion, kindness, equity, truly something where we can thrive, inspire, and live in bold, colorful ways that show us we are so much greater than a human, that we are that inspired spirit showing up in this world with peace, love, and tenderness for all. So in gratitude for the ideas that show up, that rise up in each and every mind of everyone who hears these words, I say thank you. In gratitude for the air that I breathe, I say thank you. And in gratitude and appreciation for each and every dreamer, vision caster, person on this planet who is inspired and moving to that choice, to make the choice in the here and now towards peace and love, I said thank you. And I release these words knowing that it is a beautiful thing to be alive at this time, exhilarating, overwhelming, and I am thankful for it. And if you're in agreement with me, please join me by saying, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Chris.
Thank you.
I like that we're vision casters. So think about that. So now it's time for our offertory. We are so grateful and blessed for everyone's support of CSL Denver, whether it's in time, treasure, or talent, and especially during these times of change. Whether this is your first time joining us or you are a returning community participant, we want to thank you so much for your continuing support, financial support of the important work we are striving to provide. Right now, there are several ways you can make your financial contribution to Center for Spiritual Living Denver. The information is running along the bottom of the screen. You can either go to our website and hit the donate button, do the old-fashioned way and mail a check to our P.O. box, or use the text to give number. Or you can place your gift in the basket going around. However you do it, we are so grateful for your gifts, and please know that this helps to keep our doors open. So please repeat with me. Put your hands over your heart and just repeat with me our affirmation. This perfect gift is spirit in form, circulating and blessing all that it touches. Freely I give, and joyously I receive, and so it is. And we have a few announcements. So we've totally sold out of the March, April Science Mind magazines. I have requested Home Office to send us some more, so we hopefully will have some soon. Excuse me. The Science Mind magazine is a bi-monthly magazine, and we do have several older ones. If you want to take those home and read on those, then you're welcome to do that. Next Sunday, March 15th, is our Divine Dialogue. So we will be doing that right after service. So please join Reverend Elzia and the CSL Denver practitioners for a Divine Dialogue. We will have some coffee and tea and fellowship, and then meet to discuss whatever is on our minds. And Community Cafe, the following week after Divine Dialogue, which would be March 22nd, Reverend Elzia is going to be doing the Art of Sacred Possibility, opening to what wants to emerge. So it's very much about what follows on to what Reverend Chris was talking about today. In a world that often asks us to push, plan, and control the things around us, this session offers us a simpler and more in-tuned path, one where we learn to listen to what Spirit is already whispering into our lives. The Art of Sacred Possibility is a mindful, heart-opening workshop designed to help us recognize and respond to the subtle invitations of our own becoming. So this is a Sunday where we have our community cafe. We bring a dish to share. We can bring friends that you think would be interested in this. We just share food, share fellowship, and just what Reverend Elzia is going to be speaking about. Let's see. And Curiosity Corner. I brought in a new batch of books today, so please take a look at them. They're over here. We've moved some new ones over into the bargain basement, which the books are $1 there, but we've got prices over here for the other ones. So so help yourselves, please. My husband doesn't want me to bring them back home. So we are so blessed to have New Thought Media Network and Diego as our Sunday service producer. We invite you to go to www.ntmedia.org and check out what they have. They have over 40 hours of weekly broadcast programs, just something for everyone. And we are so truly blessed by everyone who has chosen to support CSL Denver by showing up on Sundays or watching our services online. We know that as we move through the rest of this year, the Divine Beloved is always, always, always guiding and loving each and every one of us. Thank you for joining us, and let's close out with Karen Drucker singing, I Am So Grateful.